The Supreme Court has given the government 10 days to make appointments in various tribunals, and it has slammed the government as well. It's also asked the government to constitute a committee of experts in the field to go into all aspects of the issue. In fact, a 2-page affidavit was also filed, and the Centre to the Supreme Court has said that this is on the Pegasus snooping row, that the government should constitute a panel of experts on the allegations of alleged hacking. There was a list of potential people who had journalists and opposition members who perhaps had been hacked. This was a world exclusive that had been, released by various media outlets with a long list of thousands of numbers that were allegedly or potentially hacked using Pegasus software, which belongs to Israeli company NSO. Now, remember, the government so far has refused to constitute any sort of committee to probe into the matter, but now the Supreme Court has asked that the government constitute a panel of experts. Let's go across to Arvind for more details. Arvind, tell us what happened in the Supreme Court.
Gargi, the matter, several petitions have been filed in Supreme Court seeking an independent probe into the entire Pegasus Snoopgate. So, Centre today filed 2 pages affidavit before the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has posted the matter to be heard at the end of the board. So, in its 2-page affidavit that has been filed by the Additional Secretary of the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, the Additional Secretary of the Ministry of Information and Technology, the Centre government relies on the statement that was made by the Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, Ashwini Vaishnaw, on the floor of both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The government, relying on that particular statement, unequivocally, they are denying any of the allegations that have been put forth by the petitioners in this particular matter. They have also said that the petitioners have not provided any evidence to substantiate any of their allegations. But at the last paragraph, the government is saying that it is, however, submitted that with a view to dispel any wrong narrative spread by certain vested interests and with an object of examining the issues raised, the Union of India will constitute a committee of experts in the field which will go into all aspects of the issue. Though the government is saying that they are denying all of these allegations that have been raised by the petitioners in this Pegasus Snoopgate, but the government is saying that in order to dispel the false or wrong narrative that is being allegedly being spread by the vested interest, the government is setting up a committee of experts to look into, to examine all the issues that have been raised in connection with the Pegasus Snoopgate. So this is the stand of the government. For the very first time, the government is saying that, yeah, we are setting up a committee of experts to look into this particular issue. But at the same time, government is saying that we are denying all of these allegations that have been raised by the petitioners in this particular matter. So we have to wait for the Supreme Court order in this particular matter, because Supreme Court has said that we will hear this matter at the end of the board. So we can expect the matter to be heard by the Supreme Court by lunchtime. But government making it stand clear that they are distancing, they are dispelling, they are denying any of this allegation, but saying that we will constitute a committee just to dispel the wrong narrative being set.
All right, so that's the big breaking news Arvind is bringing us just now. And Arvind, we do know that the entire monsoon session of Parliament was held hostage to this issue of the Pegasus snooping row or allegations, and the opposition was demanding that there be some sort of committee. They wanted a former judge of the Supreme Court heading this committee that will look into all aspects. But now the government itself is saying that they're saying there's nothing to it, but that they will form a committee of experts that will just look into the issue with the purpose of dispelling all this false narrative that is being created.
Yeah, Gargi, that's the stand of the government. In fact, like you mentioned, the West Bengal government has already constituted a judicial commission into this particular matter that is being headed by a retired Supreme Court judge, Justice Lokur is heading that particular commission along with the retired justice from Calcutta High Court. So that judicial commission is doing its work in Calcutta. That is restricted only to West Bengal as of this particular moment, because it's a judicial commission that has been set up by the West Bengal government. But in a petition, there have been at least 9 petitions that have been filed in Supreme Court seeking an independent probe into this entire issue. In fact, one of the prayer of the petitioners is that they want the government to come clean whether the government subscribed, whether the government bought this particular technology from the NSO group. So the government has not responded to any of that. There has been no pointwise response to any of the allegations in just 2 pages, just 6 paragraphs response. The government has said that relying on the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Ashwini Vaishnaw's statement on the floor of the House in Parliament, saying that we are denying unequivocally, we are denying all of these allegations raised against the government in this particular matter. But in order to dispel the wrong narrative that is being set up by a certain vested interest, we are setting up a committee to look into all of these issues. So this is the stand of the government. We are denying all of these allegations, but just to dispel all of this wrong negative, we are setting up a committee. So we have to wait what will be the response of the Supreme Court, because the petitioners have made it very clear. First, they want the government to answer whether the government has bought this particular technology or not. If you could remember the statement that was made on the floor of the House by the Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, Ashwini Vaishnaw, he did not answer that question. He just said that there has been no wrongful or no unauthorized interception. That has been the stand of the government. But the question here is, even if it is a lawful interception, even if it is an unauthorized interception, whether that was done through this particular Pegasus spyware, that question the government did not answer in the floor of the House or not here in this particular affidavit.
All right. Thanks so much, Arvind, for joining us with that breaking news coming in. The Centre to constitute a panel that will look into all aspects of this Pegasus row.